This is Ira live from the NFB Rideshare Rally. Okay, forward, forward.
As Janine's in this rally, there are lots of people holding picket signs that says respect our guide dogs and white canes. The crowd is spilling over into the streets. Lots of guide dogs, lots of people present.
Okay, and they're all walking around. Whoops, let me get out of the way here. I'm going to step into the street, go through the line, and, oops, sweetie. There we go. Good boy.
I can see some labs, golden retrievers, German shepherds. The crowd is now walking west on Berry Street.
We are walking in a circle, yeah.
As they pass, there are more signs that says respect our right to ride. They're very large font on a white background. Other signs said fight for fair rides. Don't flee without us.
There's some more people.
Equality on every ride.
And some more signs. Where are our speakers, Sydney?
If you turn a little to the left, Janine, I'm going to see if I can see the speakers. Let's see, it looks like the speakers might be a little bit farther up ahead. Right now, the crowd is moving in a large oval shape, half on the street going west, and they circle back around on the left. So on the left side, people are coming towards you, so it's kind of against traffic.
Gotcha.
There's a blank space on the wall as there's some people with guide dogs and some walkers. You're approaching a guide dog.
Okay. Sweetie,
people of all ages, a little bit to your right to get around some white cane users.
Okay, guys, again, oops, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. Excuse me.
Very crowded on this side. It might be a little bit easier via the street since people are going in the same flow of movement, same flow of traffic. Okay, it looks like speakers might be a little bit up ahead. So on this side where you're standing in the street that is blocked off by orange cones, you'll see up ahead should be the speakers.
All right. I'm just going to keep going straight here. There
Absolutely.
we go.
More signs that say don't flee without us.
Good boy. All right, good job, Kurt. Okay, sweetie. There we go. Oh, very good, Curtis. Come on, buddy.
Looking for the speakers at the moment. Just lots of guide dogs in front of you. These ones are stopped here at the moment. You may want to go to your right just to get around them.
Okay, come on, sweetie. Good boy. There you go. Good job. Okay, we're working our way up to the front.
More signs read, respect our guide dogs and white canes, this time on a green backing. Okay, there is a speaker passing on your right-hand side, Janine, with a megaphone.
Okay. Got it. And can you describe a little bit about what the people are doing here in front of us?
Absolutely. So the people in front of you have protest signs up above their heads. They are double-sided signs on bright, colorful, large paper with large font. They are going forward about another 5 feet where they're making a left turn to go back down the opposite side of the street. People are turning towards your left, step up on the sidewalk, and starting to go down the opposite side of the sidewalk through the circle.
Come on, sweetie. I'm going to come out here kind of in the middle.
Absolutely. Now, there are people turning to the left in front of you. The speaker is off to your right with a megaphone. And then looks like everyone's going to the left in the flow of traffic.
Yeah. All right, sweetheart. Come on. Okay. All right.
There's people directing the flow of traffic in that chant circle. There's a little step up onto the curb. Someone's approaching.
Okay, I'm Stephanie. Hey, hi. Yeah. Okay. Come on, Curtis. Come on, sweetie. Yeah, yeah.
And you're stepping out of the circle where you'll turn back around to face the crowd.
Okay. There we go. Now we got everybody. Yeah. All right. Now we are in the best position, guys.
Now you'll be able to see the full crowd coming towards you and making that turn. Jeannie, if you turn just a little to your right.
Come over here to the right. There we go. How's that?
Awesome. And then if you turn the camera just a little bit more to the right, Janine, you'll be able to see as it comes towards you. It looks like you even have a police presence, as there are police officers standing around the perimeter. Walking towards you are more of those signs: respect our guide dogs and white canes. People of all ages have turned out. I saw a toddler as well as older ones using white canes, sighted guides, guide dogs, lots of protest signs.
Very colorful. And at this point, everybody is walking around. They are doing their all right. They are doing their march. They're doing their march.
So it looks like the circle steps into the street. It goes west on Berry, then they step up onto the curve, heading east on Berry in that circular form as all the people start walking and chanting.
And we are in front of Lyft company headquarters here in downtown San Francisco, where we have once again taken over half of a street. Awesome.
There are orange construction cones blocking off half the street, where there are some megaphones and speakers.
Awesome.
And Ginny, if you turn the camera a little to the right,
right
there. People step up onto the curb to start going down the east side, or going east on Berry in front of the headquarters.
Awesome. And now we were gonna have it. Well, no problem.
Some signs say equality on every ride.
I'm with Aira. I'm just standing here. Yep.
A white protest sign in large black lettering says "Fight for Fair Ride." Got a yellow lab passing in front of you.
Up the curb to the left. Up the curb to the
Very
left.
nice turnout. Street is filled, as well as the sidewalk.
Yeah, definitely.
If you turn camera a little bit to the right, I'll get a better look at the front of the building.
There we go. How's that?
See, if you turn now to the right, this is just showing the speaker.
Yeah,
opposite direction.
How's that?
To your right.
Opposite
direction.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Oh, good. Okay, there are people in wheelchairs. I've seen people with walkers, lots of white cane users who are also using guide dogs as well. There are people standing along the wall in front of Lyft.
Yeah, I'm going to raise up a little bit here.
Absolutely. Trying to see if I can see anyone in the windows. Don't notice anyone directly in the windows, but people are still circling through. Off this side, there are some people, some guide dogs resting. Got some German Shepherds, what looks like a chocolate lab. There says, if you move a little to your left, there's a sign saying something about Uber. Paws up for equal access with a paw print.
Making sure that we have all right to ride, and that is
Right.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Now
if you like, you can turn to your left to face the speaker.
That's it. There we go.
As go dog users, but we also want to make sure that people who
And folks, you are connected to our live coverage of the National Federation of the Blind Raise Awareness Rideshare event, and this is coverage of the Lyft portion of the presentation in San Francisco. Our coverage is being handled in the field by our own Janine Stanley, and then Sydney is covering as far as providing the visual interpretation.
And Janine, if you turn camera to your right a little bit, people are chanting. As they chant, they raise the signs up and down a little bit towards the sky, then back down towards them.
And chant of the day.
Another bright blue sign that says "Don't flee without us" with large lettering.
And Janine, one of the questions they're asking is, what are some of the statements that are being chanted?
Yeah, so probably the best one of the day was "Dogs aren't junk, they don't belong in the trunk." That's one of the best ones. Let's see. Now, we just did an NFB shout out to the Lyft offices. And let's see, what else have we had here? Trying to think of a couple of the others we've had. But I'm sure we will be chanting again, and I will relay those to everyone.
And at this portion of that circular chant ring, it gets a little bit of a bottleneck as people step up onto the step and make that left turn.
And we are right now standing in the street, which is making my dog say, "Wait a minute." And there is a lovely cool breeze here. So that is wonderful.
Looking for Sean and Barbara Manuel in the center.
We are looking to get a couple of our dynamic speakers here.
There was a person holding an NFB shirt that they draped over their shoulder where you can see the NFB logo.
Oh. All right.
Janine, if you turn camera just a bit to your right, just like that, I'll get a bigger
There we
view.
go. How's that?
Perfect.
Here we go. Got
And look, and people stepping on that curb where you can hear them saying "left turn, turn around." Got some German Shepherds and yellow labs, someone with a white cane crossing whose sign says "Respect our guide dogs" and white canes.
And anyone who has been to an NFB convention is used to the talking signposts that they have at key points in the convention area, and we're doing that today, which is super helpful, and so that everybody can stay in line and do their thing.
In front of you, a guide dog's getting a little treat as they step up onto that curb.
Aww.
You can see that breeze as some of these signs are flapping in the breeze a little bit.
And here's Curtis.
And there's Curtis. If you even look down just a little bit, you'll be able to see Curtis' face.
Yeah, where's my tree?
And looking up at you, no, looking down at the ground.
Yep. Here, buddy. Come on. Over here, buddy. Yeah. And we are cheering again. No, we're stationary here. Yep.
Some people hold on to the front of another as they step up onto the curb.
Looking for Sean.
One as she's walking up the curb is actually has two guide dogs as someone grabs onto her backpack to step up onto the curb.
Ah. Excellent.
Let's
All right. And hello to everybody out there on Zoom. We see we have over 80 of you out there. And hello to everyone on YouTube. And we will not be taking any comments today or any hand raisings, but you are welcome to. Oh boy, here we go. Next speaker.
There's who we have out there.
And Jenny, if you turn to the left, have a look at that speaker.
There's who we have out
Okay.
there.
How's that?
Right there, speaker's wearing a dark,
We have that one
I think-
see that in
okay, looks like speaker might be in a different position.
organization, one advocacy organization here, and we have the topic that we all want guide dog denials to end.
Looks like the speaker might be in a different part of the rally. This one down on this corner isn't speaking at the moment.
And we just had a driver come by honking their horn vigorously, which is always appreciated. And now we have Kip Thompson from ACB.
It's my privilege. It's my privilege to be here to fully support this rally in a unified message to that guide dog denials are not acceptable, and that the blind community is unified in this message. Everyone believes that denial of ride access is not acceptable. And this is not just a U.S. problem. It is also an international problem. We have neighbors in Canada. Uber is an international company. So our international brothers and sisters are watching us today, and they are very proud of what we are doing here in San Francisco. And I bring you that message from the World Blind Union, which I represent, with Mark Riccobono.
And if you turn camera just a little to the right,
To have a unified message, and we're all singing from the
Just like
same
that.
songbook. Denial is not acceptable.
There we
And
go.
again, I want to shout out and call out the U.S. Department of Justice, because we need them on our side. We need them to listen to the complaints and the surveys and the data that we've been giving them for over a decade about this problem. It is time to acknowledge that it is a systemic discrimination issue of blind people using guide dogs, and we will not accept no for an answer. So again, my privilege to deliver a unified
and if
message
you turn camera a little more right, I'm going to see if I can find that speaker.
to this rally
How's that?
today.
Just like that.
Guide dog denials.
Kim asked, when do we want it to stop? And everyone shouted, now.
Chant.
Oh,
All right, everybody, when I say, what do we want? You say right to ride.
Okay.
We say right to ride.
Here we go. Kent, what do we want? Right to ride. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Right to ride. When do we want it? Now. Right
Some
to
sides that
ride.
say lift in the denials.
To ride. When do we want it? Now. Now. All right. Very nice.
Last question for everybody out there. Who are we? Who are we?
Now the speaker closest to Janine is the one speaking in that dark gray long sleeve pullover.
Now we are chanting, who are we, NFB?
Who are we? All right.
And Janine, you'll turn camera just to the right a bit more. You'll see that crowd coming through with some more signs. Lots of signs to say equality on every ride.
All right.
these signs are in all different colors, aren't they?
Absolutely. Now there's another one that's a new one that says Disabled Lives Matter. That one is held between the hands of a participant, not up in the air.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Looks like most signs are front and back, so you get a message coming and going.
And people are walking around while we are playing some music for walking. And at our last rally, our last song was Driver's Seat, which I thought was hilarious. But
there are people that are lined up against the wall of the building, people that are lined up in the street between the orange traffic cones, while that circle of protesters goes around the street, around the front.
awesome. We are being told to shake it.
The crowd is thinned out just a little bit. It looks like most people are on the sidewalk heading back down toward the opposite end and then making their way back towards you.
Okay, so we'll look over here.
There you go. And Janine, if you wouldn't mind angling camera up, I'm going to see if there's anyone looking out the windows of the Lyft building. Windows are a little polarized, so mostly seeing the reflection of the building across the street. But it looks like above head are the offices in that building. If you keep turning left, let's get a good look. Yeah, lots of people with guide dogs are lined up at the front of the building, facing your direction, looking towards everybody.
Right. Yes. Everybody at Lyft, look out your windows. We are here. They are walking around to the music.
There's a gentleman on Janine's left with a white cane and a guide dog who's standing on the curb, tapping the curb with his cane, letting everyone know that's where they need to make their left turn. And there's someone passing by Janine on their right. This white cane user's cane is actually hot pink and purple as they step up on the curb going around.
Oh, there's a cool cane.
A sign that says, "Don't flee without us and respect our right to ride," both on front and back.
Nice. We've got all kinds of cheering over there. You are listening to the NFB Rideshare Rally at the headquarters of Lyft here in downtown San Francisco, where I'm kind of glad now that I wore a hoodie because it's a little chilly out here.
Looks like all sorts of people turned out today, young and old, some in business attire, so suit and tie, some in more streetwear.
All right. And we spoke to President Riccobono after our rally this morning at Uber, and he is very pleased with the turnout. And so,
really quick. I know that's boring. If you are planning to stop marching, please do it after the turnaround point so that you're not in a traffic jam in the middle of the marching lane. And for those of you who are sitting on the steps, please scoot to one side of them so that we keep a rail and some stairs clear so that people can get through to go to their jobs. All right, guys.
Got some German Shepherds crossing now, stepping up on that curb. Just had a golden retriever as well. You've got some yellow and black labs approaching now.
And we do have some folks asking about the opportunity to hear some of the speakers, and we'll be bringing their audio as best we can when the opportunities come up. But we do thank you for the insight that everybody has shared with us as far as feedback about the audio.
Yeah, I think unfortunately the Zoom noise cancellation is probably affecting our audio a little bit. But we have Barbara Emanuel here from Alabama, who is now going to speak.
Are we here to let Lyft know that we will no longer stand for this? We want the right to ride. We promote equality, and we let Lyft know that we want to ride.
Let's here.
What do we want? When do we want it?
And Barbara is now asking, what do we want? Right to ride? When do we want it?
What do we want? When do we
Let's
want?
here.
Promoting equality, and we will not stop.
Let's here.
To the new spread. Everybody, thank everybody for coming out. We will not be denied.
This lady's first name is Denise, but I missed her last name, so sorry about that.
Let's here.
The time. There should be no denial. So what did I say?
Let's
Don't deny. Get me.
Oh boy. RESPECT, don't deny my dog and me. That's a great one.
Don't get me.
RESPECT, don't deny my dog and me. There we go.
And Janine, if you'll turn camera just a bit to the right, just like that.
Sorry, I keep interrupting.
All good.
Let's here.
Uber, stop the denials, one protest sign says.
And we've got some more music. Wow, everybody is walking around with their signs. And at the last rally this morning, there were some folks with great shirts that had they were white long sleeve shirts. They had a stop sign on them, and it said stop on it. And then I believe it also said the discrimination or something to that effect. So they're great shirts. If we see another one, we will try to point it out to you. But if they were selling them, I think they could make a fortune today. Ah.
Let's here.
Everybody is coming around.
Let's here.
Right.
Let's
And we are here at the Rideshare Rally, brought to us by the National Federation of the Blind. But there are all kinds of groups here today. There are people from ACB here, from Guide Dog Users Incorporated, from the Guide Dog Schools. I know Guiding Eyes is a sponsor monetarily of the rally, but also here are folks from the Seeing Eye, folks from, I believe, Guide Dogs for the Blind. I think we saw them earlier. They're here, and there are probably others. And we are here at the headquarters of Lyft in downtown San Francisco.
So I also believe there's a shirt passing by that mentions Lighthouse for the Blind.
Ah, excellent. Lighthouse for the Blind in San Francisco, world-renowned blindness rehabilitation organization.
All right, you guys are looking good. It's a very important area.
Oh boy. Yeah, Washington, D.C.
To know.
Left
Kansas,
turn
Kentucky,
here.
Louisiana, Massachusetts, Mississippi,
Wow.
Minnesota, Mississippi.
Now you know when they say Ohio, I'm gonna have to yell. You know it.
We have another member of our board of directors
Nope.
who is passionate. It's actually
Left
on
turn
fire
here.
about our right to ride. I'm gonna turn it over to Mr.
Left turn here.
Here is Sean Calloway.
Wonderful.
Left
Thank you so
turn
much,
here.
Jessica. How y'all feeling out there today? One thing I want to say to Lyft, I want them to understand that blind people from across the country have come here today to let them know that this is a problem. And if they don't fix this problem, we're going to make it a problem for them around the country. All right?
Left turn.
We want to thank everyone from around the country for listening here with Aira.
Left turn
Oh,
We will continue to make that trouble if we continue to get denied our ride. Right? So people, when you leave here, you go back home, the same situation, you let these folks know they should never stop denying our ride as blind people, especially blind people with guide dogs. I love you guys. Let's keep going.
Left turn. Left turn. Left turn.
we're gonna fight for our right to ride. It's a new chant. Okay. And it's we're gonna fight for our right to ride. And then lots of cheering afterward.
Left turn here.
There's quite a turnout. I'd say at least over 200 people.
Left turn here.
Yeah, there are a lot of people here. There were a whole lot of people this morning.
Left turn.
And we're getting great support from the public as well. We've had
Left
people
turn.
driving by and honking and exciting.
Left turn here.
Oh, denying our rights has got to go.
Left turn.
Oh, denying our rights has got to go. All right.
Left turn. Left turn. Left turn.
Let's jump again, Sydney. There we go.
There we go, getting a higher view. You can see over the top of the crowd a little bit. Everyone
Let's
above their
go
heads,
here.
holding those signs even higher.
Go over this way. Back over to my right.
Still another line of people. You have some guide dogs resting there, but a lot of signs being held up in the air. Some signs lay against the side of the building.
Come over here, buddy. Yeah, there you go.
Left
And then if
turn.
you'll turn to your left, Janine, I'm just going to see if I can get an eye of where other speakers
Sure.
are. I can see the actual
Left
speaker itself,
turn
as in the
here.
technology, not people. Just some other people with some megaphones, but not speaking through right now. And again, that police force off to your left-hand side.
Ah, there we go. Thank you, officers, for keeping us all safe here. Appreciate that, because we are standing in the street. Yeah.
Left turn.
And Janine, just to clarify, they're not really speaking at the moment. There aren't any
No,
speeches going on. They're
nobody-
primarily doing
nobody-
some chanting.
Yep.
That's-
Yep, it's
folks are wondering-
primarily
Left
people
turn.
are walking around right now. And the gentleman to my right here who is saying left turn here, he
Left
is the
turn
end
here.
point of the march, the route where people are walking. There it is.
Marching.
Left turn here.
And we have some music down on the other end of the route here. It's probably I don't think we're doing the whole block as our route, but it's pretty close. We're there are lots of folks walking in an oval, and we are waiting for some more of our speakers.
Left turn here.
There we go, sweetie. There you go.
Left turn here.
And
There are people standing in the middle of the oval and off to both sides.
Left turn.
I tried that last time. It didn't work all that well. So we are.
Left turn here.
And right. And we are being admonished to shut it. Right. So right now there is.
Get rid of those smile.
Left turn here.
And people are walking, still walking around. There's music down the other end. So we got people step into the music. And there are also a lot of people apparently over here on the steps, sitting on the steps of the office building where Lyft is headquartered. And there are some people down there chanting, but I can't quite make out what they're saying. And lots of folks walking around. And we are waiting for some of our other speakers, I think, on our program.
As they make that turn, you can see a lot of the BLV community has some smiles on their faces as they're participating.
5, 6, 7, 8, 10.
And it's a cheer. All right. Making people make noise. Yeah, the energy is really high here. I mean, everybody is committed to the cause. They're not angry. They're not combative. Everybody is just like, let's solve this problem. Let's do it. Come on out here and talk to us.
All right. So the next person I'm going to introduce is somebody I follow really closely on social media, and she and I have a lot of commonalities. Appointments. We get denied when we're trying to get to not so important appointments. We just basically get denied all the time. Basically, yeah, that happens almost every day. 3 out of 4 days last week when I used Lyft and Uber to get to work, I got denied. One of those days I got denied twice. So I'm going to turn this over to
We have another speaker, Danielle McCann. And I'm sorry, I can't really make out what she's saying here.
Unable to see where that speaker is coming from.
Yeah, let's that's because she's speaking Spanish. No wonder I couldn't. No.
No más means no more.
You got it. And can you see her now?
Let's see. No, I'm not seeing where Daniela is coming from.
Es algo que me duele. Cuando nos dicen que no toman el ride, es algo que me hace enojar, me hace
She says it hurts when they say they denied the ride. It makes her mad.
Tener miedo. Así que tienen que cambiar sus mentes a mismo. My name is Danielle McCann, and I have the privilege of working with my daughter Tammy. And every time I get a Lyft denial, I get scared and frustrated and angry. So it's time for us to tell Lyft no more.
We are chanting no more.
Thank you. Lily, and shake and hack with me. all the way from Kentucky. They got denied while they were here in San Francisco. They had to spend 45 minutes on the phone to report their denial. At the end of it, they were told that their driver couldn't be found. And so the report didn't even go in. They're going to lead us in a chant because they're ready to end the denial.
And we got another chant coming up.
Okay, let's hear. Don't deny. Let's ride. Don't deny.
Don't deny. Let us ride. Let us ride. Don't deny. Let us ride. Don't deny. Let us ride. Meanwhile, everyone is still walking around.
Still going in that circle. Or that more oval shaped.
All right.
Two gentlemen approach the camera very excited.
Yeah. They're getting into it down there. Toward the middle of the crowd. And I think we are getting ready for a song.
Y'all gonna make me lose my mind too. It's okay.
And they are slowly walking around here.
Bow wow wow yippee yo yippee yo.
And we can't really hear the music, but they do have some music. Okay, well, let's see if my dog starts barking at that, because he's one for that.
You guys are looking awesome.
And Janine, if you take a few steps to your left, there is a speaker on the ground. It might pick up that audio just a little bit better. It's about in the direction of your camera, about 6 feet forward, a little to your left.
Okay. How about right there?
And right there, much closer to that speaker.
Awesome. Yay. There we go. How's that?
Perfect. Can still see the crowd and closer to that speaker now.
Yeah, there we go. So hopefully everybody can hear a little bit better. And apologies for the audio. I brought all my great audio equipment, and half of it failed on me. But we are up here where the rally speakers are coming. So in front of us, and they were doing the 5, 6, 7, 8 cheer. And yeah, so we
Some more "Don't flee without us" signs, respect our guide dogs and white canes, equality for every rider.
Oh, and do we see any fun shirts in the crowd?
Let's see. Right now, just seeing some more normal kind of streetwear striped clothes, nothing with any signage on it just yet. I'll keep my eye out.
All right. Awesome. And everybody is walking around now. And we are so glad that you all are joining us for the Rideshare Rally held by the National Federation of the Blind here at the headquarters of Lyft this afternoon. This morning we were at Uber. This afternoon we are at Lyft for a bit longer. And I was told that a member of the Uber equity team came to speak with President Riccobono. So I'm sure he will talk more about that for all of you this evening in the National Federation of the Blind presidential address. We will not be covering that here on Aira, but you can get that through your regular NFB channels to receive that message. But we are excited to be right here, right now. And I can't quite make out what the end of that chant is. Don't say no. Just let us on and go. There we go. Just let us on and go. All right, and more cheering. Group in the middle is excited there.
I have to say my favorite sign is the paws up one with the dog paw print, but lots of great signs. Very vibrant colors, very large font, and a lot of color contrast between the color of the font and the signs themselves.
Cool. Try not to dance here. Okay, let's look up at the Lyft building here.
Let's see if I can see anyone in the windows. From here, I can see the reflection of the building across the street. It doesn't look like, from what I can tell, any windows open. But hopefully there's people inside looking down on this, observing.
I hope. All right. Oh, wait.
All right.
Nobody's going to say I O.
That's who we're going to have talk to us.
Sad.
All the way from Mexico.
We do have a request too.
Yeah.
Some folks are wanting to know a little bit more of a description of the building that they're protesting in front of. Maybe Janine, if you could point again more towards the building and tilt up a little higher.
There. How's that?
Perfect. So it's a large building, corporate building, so it has quite a few floors. The bottom floors have distinct grid-like patterned windows. It's a cream-colored building with large trees out front. I'm also going to drop down into Street View on Google Maps to get a good look as well.
I was waiting to take my son, I believe, to take there. I don't remember.
So the front of the building has a large arched doorway.
And I did not request a larger vehicle, but it was a larger vehicle.
And there are some steps there that people are sitting on.
Yes, there is a staircase with about 6 steps that goes up to the doors.
He is legally allowed to go and accompany me in the vehicle. And I had shoved my son into the car already. And had I not done that, I'm pretty sure.
We have someone speaking now about
was
rides
told
and aisles. This person is
we
from
could
New
ride.
Mexico.
But my guide dog had to sit in the third row of seats with me up at the front of the vehicle. So, yes, he took me, but my guide dog and I were nowhere near each other. And that is not okay. And that has got to stop.
And he is saying, in case you weren't able to hear that, that the driver said her dog had to ride in the back of the vehicle. She had to ride in the front. Okay. Yeah, looks like we're going to go for some more music here.
Now that speaker's finished, let's finish describing the building. They do have a wide sidewalk on the front. In front of the building lined, they have trees equally
Maybe I'll get to
spaced
hear
out.
some roars this time. I've been hearing a lot of barking. I like roaring too. That's kind of fun.
Come here, Curdy.
Looks like another, again, great turnout here. I'd say it's about 250 to 300 people between all of the different organizations, as well as some that look to be sighted guides.
That is a lot of people. I think it's probably a little bit more than we had even this morning. Oh.
And the street is clear at the moment. Most people are on the sidewalk.
And we've got a driver honking, showing support. Yay. We love that. The crowd goes wild when that happens. Very exciting.
Turn left, building on the right.
Yeah.
Turn left, building on the right.
And folks, if you're just tuning in, this is part of our coverage of the rideshare event in San Francisco. Aira's coverage currently at the Lyft headquarters. On the ground, our boots on the ground is Janine Stanley, our own very own Janine Stanley.
Hey,
And
everyone.
we have Sydney serving as our visual interpreter.
We have Sid Squared today. So we appreciate everyone joining us on Zoom, on YouTube. Oh, we've got some more cheering down that way. So we must have had some support from a driver nearby.
Looks like this event has brought whole families, as there was a mother carrying a baby in one of those front carriers. I'd estimate little one about a year old.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Baby's first protest. Awesome. I love it.
Pause up for equal access. Don't flee without us.
We appreciate all of the comments from everybody. Excellent. And we are certainly hoping they are super active down there at the other end. But we are up here by where our speakers are. They have some music down there to get everybody motivated as they come around the circle here, the oval here. We've got a whole lane of the street blocked off. And so not quite as busy down here as it was around. We have roaring cheers now. Right. President Riccobono is doing his roar over there. Pretty loud one.
Who are we?
Who are we? NFB.
And street is not too busy right now. Most again back up on that sidewalk.
What do we want? When do we want it? When do we want it? When do we want them?
When do we want? When do we want?
All right, and a big cheer after that chant.
Looks like some of the guide dogs have caught on to the path being walked as they just easily step up on that curb and continue following everyone else.
All right, you guys are sounding great. My guide dog rides on the floor. 6, 7, 8 denials we don't appreciate.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. My God dog rides on the floor. 5, 6, 7, 8 denials we don't appreciate.
1, 2, 3, 4.
My guide dog rides on the floor. 5, 6, 7, 8 denials we don't appreciate.
1, 2, 3, 4. My guide dog rides on the floor. 5, 6, 7, 8
denials we don't appreciate. All right, so that was a good one.
As the speaker was chanting, I could see the lips of those walking chanting as well.
All right. Is President Mark Riccobono of the National Federation of the Blind. Hey, we got him.
Turn left to keep the building on the right.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, San Francisco.
That audio is coming in loud and clear.
Let's make sure the folks at Lyft can hear us. We're tired of having Lyft deny our rides, deny our dogs, deny our canes. We're tired of the excuses. We're tired of the refusals. And now is the time. We have come from all corners of the United States to represent blind people from all over the world to say, don't deny our rights.
And there are people here from Alaska, Hawaii, and 46 other states.
Got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho,
Ride denials have got to go. This crowd is getting loud.
So this chant is hey, hey, ho, ho, ride denials have got to go.
See, there we go. All right.
Some people bouncing to the rhythm of that chant.
Where's guys? We have some guys with some big energy over here. What is that? Let's hear you.
Oh boy.
I love it. We got these denials to stop. You know, I had a terrible incident a few months ago. I was in the parking lot of the Colorado Center for the Blind, and I got denied a ride by a driver who just didn't want Prada in her car, which I don't know why you would want Prada in your car. Right? She's a great fashion accessory.
This lady's dog's name is Prada.
In her car. I guess she wanted Gucci instead. But anyways, we called the police. The Littleton police came out, and they didn't know the local law. Huh. They weren't like the helpful police here in San Francisco. Let's get them a chair.
All right. Excellent. Big cheer for the police. Been around here today.
President Riccobono, and he stayed on the phone with me as I fought for my rights. And I stayed in the car until they said they were going to pull me out and that they were going to charge me. I finally did get out because I was trying for a secret security clearance at the time, and I didn't want that to pop up in my history that I had gotten arrested for not getting out of the Uber that was legally supposed to drive me. But it's humiliating when this happens, right? It's frustrating when it happens. It's embarrassing when it happens. Sometimes it's dangerous when it happens. And so we are here to stay. We are going to say, take us on our way. Guide dogs are here to stay.
Take us on our way. Guide dogs are here to stay. That's our chant.
Are here to stay.
Take us on our way. Guide dogs are here to stay.
Everyone looks joyous to be at the events, representing their community, as well as determined with the message. Everyone smiles on their face.
The kids are really good, and I think they're getting the message loud and clear this afternoon. To ride.
Respect our right to ride. Respect our right to ride. Respect our right to ride. Respect our right to ride.
Looks like the community is determined to get their message across. No one tiring out from protesting. Everyone's keeping on the chants, and they keep moving.
And that's what I love about being part of the National Federation of the Blind, is because when we have a problem, when blind people have a problem, it's not just a problem of cane users. It's not just a problem of guide dog users, but we make it the problem of all blind people, and we come out to solve it. I love it. All right. I want to know who all we might have here from Pennsylvania.
Oh boy, we're doing the roll call of states again. And we're gonna finish up Utah, Vermont,
Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin.
Wow.
You can hear some roars from the distance as people near the back of the crowd raise their signs up a bit higher when their state was called.
Keep the building on your right.
All right, and they're starting the music up again. I can't really tell what the song is from here, but they are starting the music up so that they can get some momentum. I wouldn't be surprised if there are some dancers out there as they walk around. Curtis finally decided it was time to sit down, right, Curtis?
You can see some of the people on the curb swaying a little bit, and also Curtis looking up towards Janine.
Yeah. All right.
I know you guys have it in you. We've got about 20 minutes left. Let's
Oh boy. And you heard that, about 20 minutes left here at the NFB Rideshare Rally. Brought to you with visual interpreting by Aira. All right. Oh my goodness. We got some action going on here.
Large crowd in front of the building, lined up against the wall.
Looking going strong, guys. You're looking amazing.
Right. Folks are continuing to walk around in that oval. And
what does it look like when 200 blind people march for equality? Let's show them.
right. Oh yeah.
Hey guys, if you're sitting on the steps, we need to keep the middle section clear because people who have to get in and out to work, please. Keep the middle section clear.
Wonder where the accessible entrance to that building is.
So
Janine asks.
there is an accessible entrance. So right off of where it says China Basin is one of the arches where it has a staircase that goes up. To the right of that staircase, there is an accessible entrance, which is a ramp that goes up, makes a left turn, and then another left turn, and then goes straight towards the door. It enters in the building where it says Lobby 4.
Awesome. Good to know. Good to know. Very good to know. I figure if we're sitting on the steps, we better talk about the other entrances too.
Absolutely.
And we got everybody parading around here. So I don't think people have left. I mean,
no, it looks like I'm seeing a lot of the same faces come around. So it looks like people in the still protesting have still been there. I haven't really seen the crowd thin out much.
Yeah, like a lot of people are standing back over on the other side.
Correct. Most people are on the sidewalk at the moment.
And Janine, folks are asking about the audio, and just to describe a little bit about the circumstances, you've got sound and music coming from the opposite end of the block. And so you're having some sound that's amplified, and then you're having some sound that's actually live audio that's coming next to you as far as where you're standing. So that's why folks are wondering if why there's an inconsistency to the sound. And And the main thing is
exactly.
surrounding it you're in is it's a real world protest, if you will.
Yes. This is real live audio. And I am right now using actually wired earpods, Apple wired earpods on my iPhone 14 Pro. That's what I'm using here. And some of the inconsistency, we'll let them do that. Okay, and some of the inconsistency too is Zoom. They do tend to put a little bit of a noise gate on. So, okay.
All right.
Getting excited again.
For you guys, okay? Number one. How many guys? If you are a graduate, we want to get your picture when this is all done. So before loading the bus, I want you to come over here to the middle, and we're going to be taking a picture, but that's not going to be until this thing is over. So don't come over here right now. I want to see you, but I want to see you marching.
And
so this is for guiding graduates. We want to see you in the middle. We want to just say one more time how appreciative we are for guiding us, putting their money where their mouth is. They understand. Keeping people from getting guide dogs, keeping students from reapplying for guide dogs, because we're getting denied our right to ride. And so they're saying, we get it, we support it, we're with you, and that's really important. So let's give them a big cheer.
Hi, big cheer for Guiding Eyes for the Blind for sponsoring.
All right. The thing we're need is right now we've got a lot of people who are on break. I know we've been marching a long time and know we're getting tired, but we're trying to get some really good video for media. We've had a lot of media coverage today. We've had over,
and we have had
4 or 5 different media outlets.
4 or 5 different media outlets covering the. Excuse me.
And we're trying to get some really strong footage of everybody marching. So if everybody wants to get online, we've got about 10 more minutes to finish.
10 more minutes.
Let's
and we've got some media who wants some video, yeah.
I think if you'll turn just a little left.
Yeah, there
right
we go.
there.
There we go. Oh, you're okay. Yeah.
Looks like sun's coming out as a previously shaded path on the street. It's getting some sunshine now.
It's so good.
Yay. And look at that, the sun comes out as we wrap up, and we're
start
going to do
another chant.
Lift, hear our cry, guide dogs, don't deny.
Lift, hear our
cry, guide dogs, don't deny.
Lift, hear our cry, guide dogs, don't deny. Lift, hear our cry,
guide dogs, don't deny.
Lift, hear our cry. Lift, hear our cry.
All right, there we go. And a good shake.
Give
our dog a lift.
What?
Saying give our dogs a lift.
Curtis likes that one. Respect our right to ride. Respect our right to ride. Respect our right to ride.
Respect our right to ride. ride. Respect the right to ride. Respect the right to ride. Respect the right to ride.
New
Respect
breed of guide dog passing, a standard poodle,
Oh, boy.
dark gray.
Right.
Janine, just to give you a heads up, our Zoom recording is showing that we've got about 9 minutes to go.
All
Give you a heads
righty.
up.
We've been doing this.
Got about 9 minutes to go here, folks.
Access. All right. Will, can
So
we
we
have another
have-
tune?
Okay, we're gonna get some more music. We appreciate everyone joining us today for
Can we
both
get
of
another
our
song?
sessions of the NFB Rideshare Rally. And check your news media, check your social media. I'm sure we will have some information about this. And appreciate everybody joining on YouTube, everybody joining. The world is watching, as they say.
It's clearing up a little bit on the side of the building where people were standing as they start to move.
Mhm. Yeah. All right. And we've got This Is My Fight song playing. That's a good closer right there. Right.
It's like no one's arms have gotten tired, still carrying those signs up high.
I bet. I can only imagine.
See, some have their hands full. They have a white cane, guide dog, and still holding that sign up high.
Wow. Right. And as you can hear, we all right. Okay. We are finishing our Rideshare Rally coverage here with Aira and the National Federation of the Blind with visual interpreting.
Sometimes it feels unbearable, but we keep doing it. It's so amazing seeing everybody out here today keeping up the big fight. This is pretty darn cool. I think we do have a lot of fight left. And it may take a lot of fight, but we're gonna get equal access.
All right.
Turn left to keep the building on.
Even though they said it would be ending soon, crowd shows no signs of tiredness or fatigue. They're still going strong.
There is some energy out here in this group still. I'm not sure where they're getting it, but I want some of it.
Probably definitely from that music.
Yep, I think so. And we got karaoke down at the other end. Awesome. All right, we've got the This Is My Fight song going on there. Down at the other end, we've got people still carrying the signs. And right, and we've got cheers.
What you forget, don't listen to the NFB. My guide dog will ride with me.
Chant is listen to the NFB. My guide dog will ride with
What
me.
you've been told.
I don't know what you've been told.
The numbers are getting old.
Guides and knobs are getting old.
Listen to the NFB.
Listen to the NFB.
My guide dog will ride with me.
My guide dog will ride with me.
What you've been told.
I don't know what you've been told.
The numbers are getting old.
Guides and knobs are getting old.
Listen to the NFB.
Listen to the NFB. My guide dog will ride with me.
What you've been told.
Oops.
They're getting old. Listen to the NFB. My guide dog will ride with me. All right, you guys are feeling.
All right.
The people that were standing in the center of the sidewalk are getting off to join.
To make his way over to the
Oh, we got
microphone.
one more
He's
person
gonna
here.
make some remarks while we're in the home stretch.
Yeah, and I know we only have a few minutes left here for our visual interpreter. And so we will listen to, I believe it's going to be Mr.
All right,
Perez's
yeah.
remarks.
Yes, we're coming up about 3 minutes out.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. And thank you everybody for joining us.
Who are we? Who are we? Who are we?
And we are now chanting, who are we, NFB?
Who are we? All right. That sounds so great. We've been doing this for 6 hours or something.
Crowds thinned out just a little bit. I still see there's about 150 or more. People that were once lined up against the wall are now making their way
All right,
towards the
now we're
east
coming
side.
to the home stretch. So a couple of logistics real quickly. If I could have your attention, please. If I could have your attention, please.
This
Please,
rowdy,
can I have your attention?
this rowdy
So,
crowd.
When we break, we're not breaking yet, but when we break, I ask you to take trash, signs, anything with you. We want to leave people with the memory of our time here on the street, not with all the junk we left behind. Okay.
Okay,
So
we got
let's
the,
pick up all of our stuff, take it to the buses. There will be garbage bags. We're gonna load the signs on the buses. Okay. Also, a reminder: we will be meeting in the ballroom of the Crown Plaza. 5:30, the presidential release live will start. I hope you'll be there. Be there before 5:30, okay?
right.
All right. So we've had a very successful day here in San Francisco.
We are about to wrap it up here. Listen to that crowd.
America have come from every corner. We've come with our friends and allies. And again, we want to thank Guiding Eyes for the Blind for being a sponsor. If you're a graduate of Guiding Eyes, make sure you come and get a photo over here when we break. Also, we want to thank our friends at Aira for doing live streaming today. And we thank many others for being here with us. This is our final opportunity today to tell Lyft that it is time that you respect our right to ride with our guide dogs and canes. Although we are leaving for today, this is not the final word. We will stick with this until this issue is solved. We will chase you down. We will involve the law enforcement in every place we need to. We will utilize the Department of Justice. We will utilize the laws of other countries to enforce this issue. On a global basis, we will protect the right of blind people, our right to ride with our guide dogs and canes.
There you go.
That the battle doesn't stop here. We should continue the momentum in social media, continue to share our stories, continue to file our complaints, and keep the pressure on. This is a very memorable White Cane Day, right? So what do we want? Rides. When do we want them?
What do we want?
When do we want
them?
When do we want? When
We
do we
are
want?
going on this
Hey,
chant.
Ride the Niles have got to go. Ride the Niles have
Hey,
got to
hey,
go.
ho, ho. Ride denials have got to go.
Ride the Niles have got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Ride the Niles have got to go. Now let me see if Jessica Beecham has one more final
Okay.
chant for us. But how about a great round of applause for Jessica Beecham?
Jessica Beecham, organizer of
How
the
about a
rally.
great round of applause for our
Awesome.
NFB logistical team that put all this together?
And all the thank yous coming up now.
Jessica, you get the final word.
We want to ride with our dogs side.
We want to ride with our guides by our side.
Yeah, we're still having some audio difficulties at the moment.
Yeah, it's getting very. All righty.
Can see people applauding.
And hasn't been that loud since I've been to an Ohio State game.
You guys know how to bring the noise. Now we're gonna go back. Please carry your signs with you.
I'm just going to step away from
Signs and
the
trash.
rally here as we end. I want to thank everyone for joining us for this Aira special event. Our visual interpreters and staff stand behind this issue. We've seen it happen to people. We've had it happen to ourselves. So thank you, Sid, our producer for today, for your patience. And as always, your professionalism.
Thanks, Janine.
And we want to thank Sydney, aka Sid, for her amazing visual interpreting, and also Rolly from this morning. Thank you, Sydney.
My pleasure. Thank you so much, Janine.
This has been great fun. We will try to put these in our podcast feed coming in the next week. So stay tuned as we clean up the audio a little bit. But we appreciate everyone joining us. Thank you. This has been Janine Stanley with Aira.